Hi, I'm Ali Mirza, and this is AROA, the Autonomous Reliability and Operations Agent. Data teams today rely on dozens of pipelines, logs, and dashboards, but when something breaks, they still debug by hand. AROA acts like a data SRE for the modern data stack, using Gemini plus Fivetran, Elastic, and MongoDB to monitor pipelines, understand impact, and suggest fixes. Let's start in the command center. Up here, you can see the agent status bar, which tells me whether I'm connected to a live environment or this demo sandbox. On the right is a Gemini executive briefing. It summarizes the overall health of my pipelines and incidents. I can click one of these suggested prompts, or I can just ask, for example, what's our biggest reliability risk right now? The agent copilot responds using real tool calls, not just text, so every explanation is backed by connector status, logs, and incidents. Now I'll run a full reliability scan. Behind the scenes, the agent lists Fivetran connectors, pulls recent logs, checks data freshness, and updates incidents. The results panel shows which connectors are healthy, which are failing, and a tool trace so I can see exactly what AP is and tools the agent used. Scrolling down, I get SLA breach alerts and a blast radius map that shows which business dashboards and tables are impacted when a connector fails. That means stakeholders get answers like which reports are actually broken, instead of just something failed. Next, let's look at the pipelines view, which is built around Fivetran. Each row here is a connector with its source, destination, last sync status, and when the last sync finished. I'll open the GA4 connector, which is currently failing. On the Overview tab, AROA shows health metrics you'd expect from a real platform connector. Time since last successful sync, recent sync duration as trend bars, and how many rows were processed in the last runs. This gives me a quick feel for whether the connector is stable or getting slower. On the Schema and Impact tab, you can see a schema change timeline. Here, Gemini has surfaced that a new column was added to the GA4 orders table. Using a BigQuery-style impact check, AROA lists the downstream views and dashboards that depend on that table, so I immediately know the blast radius of this change. Below that, the usage and MAR section shows demo MAR and credit estimates per connector. GA4 lights up as one of the highest MAR pipelines, which explains why its failure is so critical to the business. AROA doesn't just monitor, it also helps design new pipelines. From pipelines, I click Add Connector with AI and describe what I want. Sync Shopify orders into BigQuery daily. That description is sent to Gemini through a tool called /API/AI/propose-connector, and the agent returns a structured connector proposal: source, destination, schedule, and the main tables to sync. When I hit Save Demo Connector, we call /API/Fivetran/add-connector, and the new pipeline appears in the table ready to be monitored like any other connector. Because everything is tool-driven, I can also use natural language to drive more advanced workflows. Some examples: summarize the blast radius for GA4 and list impacted dashboards. Which connectors should we deprioritize based on MAR versus downstream usage? Run an autonomous remediation plan for con_GA4_001. In each case, Gemini decides which tools to call: Fivetran-style health, Elastic-style logs, MongoDB-style incidents, and BigQuery-style freshness, and then returns a clear, explainable plan. It turns fragmented data operations into a coherent reliability program. Measure health, predict risk, understand blast radius, remediate with playbooks or automation, and communicate outcomes. All from one control plane with a Gemini-powered agent that grounds every recommendation in your actual pipelines, logs, incidents, and warehouse metadata. That's AROA, turning Gemini, Fivetran, Elastic, and MongoDB into a single autonomous reliability cockpit for the modern data stack. Thanks for watching.
वीडियोस बनाने हैं, फिल्मोरा है ना?